Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of SPFBO, or SPFBO as it's affectionately called, News. My name is Katherine D. Graham. I'm a USA Today best-selling fantasy author, book reviewer, and editor, and I am going to be your host this evening as we dive into not only what is going on with cuts and keeps and reads for the self-published fantasy blog off year 9 that is in progress right now, but also to talk about some non-judge SPFBO9 blogs and interviewers that I have found with your contributions over the last week. So here now is the news for July 24th, 2023. Before I dive into the list of non-judge bloggers, I want to clarify for those who are new that the SPFBO competition, which is organized by Mark Lawrence, gathers up 300 different self-published fantasy books and pits them against each other. Those books are divided among 10 bloggers, so 30 books per blog, and the official bloggers are seen here. You can also follow all of those official bloggers who are the judges, essentially, in the description box if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter, some of those judges are going to be on Twitter, but you may have to hop over to YouTube to see the full list. So here's the list if you want to pause and look through it. I went over all of this in the introductory video, which I'll link in the description box as well. With that, let's dive into the non-judges. So last week's video, we talked about vloggers, YouTubers specifically, who are featuring SPFBO9 content. And thanks to 2 contributors over the past week between then and now, there are 2 more vloggers that you can add to your list. Again, this is not a sponsored video. I have not been paid to promote any of these blogs or YouTube sites or links. I don't get anything back, and there are no affiliate links in this video. So if you would like to follow these people to catch up with SPFBO news from their perspective, that is great. It's just a great way of supporting the community. The first one is Dianasaur, and Dianasaur posts first chapter reviews as well as some other book reviews and TBR lists, I believe, for SPFBO9. And then brand new, this is a brand new channel, the Dragonfire podcast has some panel style SPFBO9 content that's very intriguing, that brings some of those SPFBO9 authors together. So definitely go give them a look. Last week we mentioned one of the SPFBO9 authors who has also turned around and paid it forward to the community with her blog. That is Raina. This week I want to spotlight Rune S. Nielsen, who is not a judge, but is very active in the SPFBO community in general. Rune has started author interviews and features for SPFBO9 books, as well as for some past SPFBO authors, I believe, and has a very impressive website as well. So you should definitely go check out Rune's work. And then Rune is also an author if you would like to check out Rune's books. Now, the bloggers. I was really surprised to find 4 bloggers who are posting recent content who are not judges. And I'm really impressed by some of these. I'd love to hear what you think. So we have Kristen Crave's books. If you actually Google SPFBO and you get past the actual main 10 blogs, and Mark, Kristen's blog is one of the first ones that pops up. And Kristen's got a really unique approach about how they're looking at SPFBO9 books. I won't go into too much more than that, but definitely go check them out. Then there's also Sue's Musings. If you're on the official SPFBO Facebook group, which you can join if you are not, I believe you may have seen some of Sue's interviews there, but Sue features SPFBO authors on her blog, Indie Spotlight. Then we have Jam Reads. Jam has an entire category, if you look in the top right where those tags are, devoted to SPFBO9, not just to the book reviews, which are very detailed, but also to writing and to the authors themselves. So it's a very well-rounded blog. And then finally, we have DG Reads, who has started posting some book reviews and I believe maybe a TBR, but that might just be on their Twitter. And look at the cute puppy. So definitely check all of those out. If you're looking to grab some SPFBO9 novels for yourself, We have 4 new books that are on specials this week. A Light Above is 99 cents today. No Heart for a Thief is going to have a print copy giveaway courtesy of the author on James's website with multiple copies, and I believe it's international. James, if you're watching and that's not right, please correct it in the comments and I can put a disclaimer up. But yeah, you can go sign up for James' newsletter to be notified later this week. So you've only got like a couple days left. I think the 26th is the last day to sign up before the giveaway opens to be notified when it goes live. Matthew Zorig's Bastards of Liberty, which you may have seen the cover for in the cover contest for SPFBO, is 99 cents today. And my brand new re-edited, re-released version of The Vow That Twisted Fate Expanded Edition is also 99 cents this month. The links to all 4 of these books are in the description box, and if you missed the 4 books that I featured last week that had specials, you can go check that out on last week's video. This is the last full week to check out over 80 different SPFBO novels that are all on special. Some of them are on KU, some of them are free, I believe. Some of them are discounted, and some of them have audiobooks. And this has been coordinated to bring them all in one place so that you can see them. Check out that link. The Summer Book Fair is what I'm going to call it. Ends July 31st. So you have 1 week from today to claim any of those 80 books that you want to grab out of the 300. So almost a third. Now for the authors and the readers who are here for the updates. Here we go. Today on SPFBO News Weekly, there have been 8 new books cut that we're going to reveal today. No new semifinalists and no finalists yet. Obviously, it's still a little early in the competition. We are still in phase 1. There are 264 novels in phase 1 right now that have not been cut or chosen as a semifinalist. And every week I like to just remind everybody that yes, Mark's number is a little higher on In the Running because Mark's In the Running includes those semifinalists. I believe where I've tried to break that out just for a little bit of convenience here. Let's break this down by blog. Fantasy Faction, always first. And for those who don't know, these are listed in the order they're listed on Mark Lawrence's website, the coordinator of SPFBO. And Mark believes, Mark said, not believes, Mark knows, it's his blog, that these are in the order that these judges have been participating in SPFBO. So, longest seniority. Fantasy Faction has 30 books left to read, 0 books cut, 0 semifinalists. Fantasy Book Critic has 18 books left to read right now and 9 books cut, 3 total semifinalists, so no real change since last week. Lynn's Books and the Critiquing Chemist have 30 books left to read, no cuts, no semifinalists, all quiet on the home front there. The Weatherwax Report, this is one of the bloggers who also, I believe, does video, not just written. You can check out their reviews right now. They have 1 book cut and 26 books left to read. No semifinalists yet, so you still have a chance. Becky M this week has a couple more cut. There are 20 books left to read for Becky now. 6 out of the 10 Becky has read have been cut, which leaves 4 in the running of those 10 that have been read so far, plus the 20 that have not been read yet. And we're going to pause here just to raise a drink, raise a glass to our most recent fallen comrades. I know my book fell last week with Fantasy Book Critic. This community is amazing. We admire what every author has done to put their book out there. And just because one book may not be ideal for one blogger or reader doesn't mean it's not exactly what other readers are looking for. So definitely go check out the reviews because these are detailed, they're in-depth, and you might find some great new reads. But we're going to raise a drink to Becky M's most recent fallen, Doll Girl Meets Dead Guy. Gates to Ilvelion, and The Missing Piece of History. Moving on ahead, we also have a couple new cuts with Before We Go blog this week. There are 25 books left to read on Before We Go blog. 4 books have now been cut and 1 semi-finalist. So we have doubled the number of cuts for Before We Go blog with Danu's Curse and Humanborn. Raising a drink to the fallen comrades there. I know I've seen a lot of people talking about Joanna's book Humanborn all over Twitter recently, it seems like. And it's definitely piqued my interest. I still plan on reading it, and Danu's Curse as well. So my hats are off to you both for getting this far. Next, this is where we've seen a little bit of a jump. Queen's Book Asylum now only has 19 books left to read. They have already announced 1 semi-finalist, and 10 books have been cut. Double-digit cuts. Raising a drink to the Queen's Book Asylum's most recent fallen, The Shattered Spire by Ted Cross, Shadow of Fire by Kate Shoemaker, and The Return of Abaddon by Peter Morin. Bookbourne is reading away, but yet to announce if there's going to be a cut from the 8 that have been read, and no semi-finalists as of yet. Philip Chase is also one of those sort of crickets on the YouTube side. Definitely go give Philip a follow so that you can be the first to hear outside of this news broadcast when Philip starts cutting books. But 30 books left to read, none cut, no semi-finalists. And then Covers with Cassidy has 1 semi-finalist right now, no books cut, and 18 books left to read. As of today, there are no new semi-finalists this week. So congratulations to the same 6 who have made it in the last 2 weeks. I have a feeling it's about to really ramp up if watching the bloggers like Queen's Book Asylum is any indication. So this is going to be very exciting. If you do not already follow me, SPFBO News Weekly is a Monday night at 8:30 p.m. series where I'm going to come on and just continue to bring you news, updates, where you can find other sources of SPFBO news like I did today with the bloggers, and also keep you in the running, or in the know, I guess. I wish I could keep you in the running. In the know on which books have been cut, which books have been moved forward. So yes, definitely give this video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Happy reading!